This card speaks of silence, Madame Evelyn explained. Words left unspoken become walls between people who once loved each other. Emma lowered her eyes. She realized they hadn't truly talked about their feelings in years. They had become partners in routine rather than partners in life. The third card changed everything. The Tower. Madame Evelyn's expression became serious. This card appears when a relationship stands at a crossroads. Something hidden must fall before something stronger can be built. Daniel suddenly became uncomfortable. For months, he had secretly been considering accepting a job offer overseas. He hadn't told Emma because he feared she would refuse to leave her career and family behind. The cards hadn't magically discovered his secret. They had simply forced him to confront it. Emma stared at him in disbelief as he quietly admitted everything. She wasn't angry because of the opportunity. She was heartbroken because he had been carrying such an important decision alone. Tears filled her eyes. Madame Evelyn continued. The greatest betrayals aren't always affairs. Sometimes they're the conversations we never have. Silence filled the room. Then another card appeared. 5 of Cups. This card carries regret, the reader explained. It shows two people mourning what they believe they've lost while failing to see what still remains. Emma finally confessed something she had hidden for years. She admitted she constantly feared Daniel no longer loved her. Every late night at work, every canceled vacation, every forgotten anniversary had quietly convinced her she was no longer enough. Daniel looked stunned. He had spent years working overtime because he believed providing a better future was his greatest act of love. Neither of them had realized they were sacrificing the very relationship they were trying to protect. Madame Evelyn smiled gently. You've spent years speaking different love languages while expecting the other person to understand. The room became completely silent. Daniel reached across the table and took Emma's hand. For the first time in years, neither of them tried to defend themselves. They simply listened. Madame Evelyn slowly revealed another card. The Lovers. Many people misunderstand this card, she explained. It doesn't promise romance. It asks a question. Will you choose each other again? She explained that every successful marriage eventually reaches moments where love becomes a daily decision rather than an effortless feeling. Real relationships survive because two people continue choosing one another long after the excitement fades. Finally, she turned over the last card. The Sun. A warm smile crossed her face. This isn't the future. It's the future that's possible. If you leave this room with honesty instead of fear, your marriage will become stronger than it has ever been. Emma began crying openly. Daniel wrapped his arm around her. Neither of them believed the cards possessed magical powers. What changed them wasn't the tarot. It was finally hearing truths they had spent years avoiding. As they walked out of the old shop hand in hand, the evening sunlight broke through the clouds. For the first time in a long time, they weren't walking beside each other out of habit. They were walking together because they had chosen one another again. Months later, they began attending marriage counseling, planned regular date nights, and rebuilt the friendship that had first brought them together.